As I'm sure everybody is aware by now, on Christmas Eve, Republican Texas Governor Greg Abbott shipped multiple busloads of migrants from the state of Texas to Washington, D.C., and literally dropped them off outside of the home of Vice President Kamala Harris. These migrants were dropped off in sub-freezing temperatures. The weather that evening was 13 degrees. And none of these migrants were equipped with actual winter clothes. Most of them were wearing shorts. Some of them at least had sweatshirts, but none of them were prepared to be dropped off in the middle of nowhere in 13-degree temperatures. Much like what Ron DeSantis did when he took migrants from Texas and flew them up to Martha's Vineyard, this was a purely political stunt. A purely political stunt, putting these people's lives and health in danger. Luckily, just like with Martha's Vineyard, you had immigrants' rights groups come out immediately, take care of these people, get them clothing, get them food, get them shelter. So thank God we actually have some people in this country who give a damn about other human beings. So these people were taken care of as quickly as possible. But at the same time, while Governor Greg Abbott was orchestrating this little stunt, watching it unfold on the news, probably laughing evilly while watching the broadcasts, at the same time, residents in his state were experiencing frigid temperatures of their own. They got that bomb cyclone that pretty much the entire country got. And the state of Texas, once again, was forced to undergo blackouts because there wasn't enough electricity to go around, because nobody, after 2 years ago with that winter storm, nobody got around to fixing the energy grid in Texas. So massive winter storm rolls in, just like it did 2 years ago in February. Thousands and thousands and thousands of Texans without power, suffering temperatures close to freezing in their own homes. And what's Greg Abbott doing? He's pulling a political stunt with these migrants. He's getting all this fawning coverage from Republican media outlets as his own constituents are freezing in their homes because he is a failure, because he is a fraud. And what gets me about this story, because I've read it 100 different places trying to find which outlet's going to put those two events together, I didn't see it anywhere. That's what's driving me crazy about this. Even the moderate media outlets, even the left-wing media outlets, y'all are talking about how horrible it is that he sent these migrants up to D.C., which is true, but you're not talking about he did it at the same time as his own residents were freezing to death. That's how callous and weak and evil this man is. Sure, you've talked about both events, but you're not talking about them together. And I think that's really kind of missing the big point of this. He's letting his own people die so that he can engage in this political stunt. That's what Greg Abbott was doing. He's had 2 years to at least make improvements to the energy grid. I understand Rome wasn't built in a day. You can't rebuild an entire state's energy grid in 2 years, but you could have made improvements that likely could have prevented the power outages. It's so bad in Texas, by the way, that over the Christmas weekend, the United States Department of Energy had to declare a national emergency in Texas. So the federal government is doing what they can to bail out the failed state of Texas. And what's the Texas governor doing? Rounding up migrants to score some political points. We're bailing them out now because the federal government had to step in and get involved because Greg Abbott is such a horrible leader. Because the Republicans who control Texas and have for decades are terrible at their jobs because they don't know how to govern because they're dumb as nails. So we, the U.S. taxpayers, are the ones bailing this out. It's time for the federal government to nationalize Texas's energy grid and take it away from the control of the Republicans who are controlled by the energy industry in the state of Texas. People are dying. This isn't a joke. Take it over, because we know those Republicans aren't going to do a damn thing to fix it before the next freeze comes.
This is Hattie.
Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.